This March is a turbulent month for banks as we see some of them failing within weeks as the systemic risk went on. Government central banks are in to help save depositors in controlling the contagion effect. Several big boys are also being called upon to help saving the situation. However, there will be a limit on how much they can save, right? Paul Volcker fought off inflation by raising interest rate to double digit in the 1970s. Ben Bernanke eased the banks during the subprime financial crisis with the historical movement of quantitative easing. How is Jerome Powell going to maneuver moving ahead? The Federal Reserve continued its plans to hike the interest rate by 0.25%, increasing the Fed fund rate between 4.75% to 5% on 22nd March 2023. The primary objective of Fed is very clear through this episode, as combating inflation is the priority despite the bank collapses. So how will our local banks react to it? Firstly, MAS has announced that Singapore banking system remains sound and resilient amid heightened volatility in global financial markets following the recent closure of banks in the US. The Singapore dollar money market and foreign exchange market continues to function well. Secondly, MAS is closely monitoring the situation and ready to provide liquidity through its suite of facilities to ensure that Singapore financial system remains stable and financial markets continue to function in an orderly manner. Let's come back to our three local banks for more information in financial year 2022. In terms of their interest income on loans, interest income on deposits, and non-interest income respectively. For interest income on loan, the industry average stands at 13.46 billion. DBS is the only bank that beats the industry average, standing at 15.93 billion, followed by UOB at 12.86 billion and OCBC Bank at 11.59 billion. This could indicate that DBS still offers the most attractive loan rate out of the three local banks. Coming to interest on deposits, the industry average is at 4.47 billion. Two local banks beat the average for this round, with UOB at 4.52 billion and DBS at 4.99 billion. OCBC standing at 3.9 billion. The industry average for non-interest income is 4.20 billion. DBS managed to perform better than the industry average with a non-interest income of 5.56 billion, followed by OCBC with 3.86 billion and 3.19 billion from UOB. This is where things get interesting for the non-interest rate income. Compared to first half financial year 2022, which I shared in my previous video, the non-interest income for all three local banks has decreased, and so does the industry average. This indicated during the second half of 2022 and onwards, consumers' credit spending has decreased in view of rising interest. Some could have faced liquidity issues where there could be default rate. While deposits went up in view of such environment, we will likely see the non-interest income portion reducing in the next few quarters. Singapore continues to be an investment attraction for the ultra-high net worth for being a tax haven, and also the stable environment that Singapore is able to provide. For this, our financial institutions are able to offer wealth management services to these ultra-high net worth in setting up family offices. What are your thoughts on Singapore banks amidst this not so positive situation? With that, do like and subscribe to my channel, and adios.